Hello, welcome to the top of the world. Welcome to the Camp Board Shelter. On Monday, you saw me finish the install of the sawmill, and then Monday evening, or Monday afternoon evening, me and my Sarah went out on our first fishing trip of the season. Water was cold. How did we do? Well, not bad for our first trip out, actually, mid-June. Not bad at all, really. And then yesterday I roofed this building and took the roof off the other building, which is right in front of me, which you can't see. Hello from tomorrow. What I didn't realise until editing is I forgot to put the reverse Musaki in there. So it follows here. Musaki, reverse, yeah. Roof off, roof on. Keep up. And so today we're into production. Right, why are we into production so quickly? Because I've got all the logs over there that you saw me collect during the end of the winter, and I need to get their bark off. I need to skin them, otherwise they'll start going blue and sweating and all sorts of things. And in addition to that, I want to cut up some more siding for the inside of this building so that I can finish. You don't get big ones like this very often. You could make some big stuff out of it, but I cut them short so that we could lift them on with the crane. So they're all going for siding. So that is the base of the biggest tree I've ever cut inside the borders of Sweden. And then you've got all these other sections. And the biggest sections are short sections because that's how I had to cut them to reduce the weight to get them onto the trailer. So we're going to get the biggest one out first, which is this one. And we're going to cut that up in siding. And several of the other sections. I've laid out another 2 poles there so that I can move what's in the way. Now what I have got is I've never put a 100-year-old willow onto the sawmill, and it comes out beautiful, and I've got an idea for that. And there's another couple of ones in there. We've got different, quite a mixed bag in there of different things, and all of that has got to either be boarded or cut up into whatever I need. 2 boys probably need a couple of 3 boys, but mainly 2 boys, and siding and whatever else we need. And we've got some more birch set over there in the trolley that'll go for joinery, and there's the roof stripped off of that section, and I've started to empty it out and get rid of some rubbish. Yeah, the other thing I did this morning was I've got an automatic blade sharpener. Now, you'd think with something like that, you could just put it on there and leave it. No, you can't. Right, more than once has it had a fart and cut a blade in half or just screwed it up. So I like to have it close to me, and that's part of the idea for this end ream. Well, in traditional Simon fashion, I've moved into this ream before I'm even close to being finished. I don't know why I do this, it just annoys me. Anyway, so you see it's quite busy in here already. Obviously the chop saw and stuff's going to be used, but I've actually moved the sharpener into that corner and double sharpened the last blade. I've put a new blade on there. Don't look like it's gonna fit to me, or I might have to get the chainsaw out here. What I'm doing is testing the setup that we did yesterday. Perfect. Okay. I'm guessing if you had to do a comparison, this is like taking your driving test in a Lamborghini Countach 25th edition, 25th anniversary edition. Yeah. First, let's test the sawmill. Anyway, let's get on with it. How do I get something that cumbersome, that's 70 years old, to be as dexterous as that? Seat time. It's all about seat time. You can see where the damage is right now. Yeah. Oh dear, frustrating. That's a new blade. Right, that's a lot of money to me, that is a new blade. I ain't even done 30 minutes use yet. Look at that. Nice smooth cut. What's that? Well, that's the broken or bent tooth. There's a bit of metal in there. Well, there's ants in there, so that's never good. Right, what did we hit? Piece of iron. See the black area? Right, that's iron. There was something in there. It's not there now. I'm not sure how good this wood is. Nope. We think we might have just wasted our time there. Yeah. And then our ants said termites. Right, we don't want a termite's nest near this building. Oh dear. Can't even see. There's no obvious. There you go. Right, Charlie. There, in there. See what you're doing. Just a shame. What are you doing? that there, well, that'll be the second biggest log I've ever had on the sawmill, because that's the next section up. And that's what I got out of the bottom section. 4 hours that took. That's not good. That's not good at all. I had problems. I missed 2 nails, which didn't do my blades any good, so my blade sharpener's been running flat out. That was my fault. I just didn't check thoroughly enough. I've checked this one over and over and over again. It's not the best in the world. It's not. It's good for outside walling, it's no good for inside walling. I also noticed I've got some blade wave. So before I run this again, I'm just going to adjust the blade blocks. So in here, there are a block top and bottom that's held in with grub screws, and it holds the blade straight. What I've noticed is there's movement that's allowing that to move, and the roller bearing at the back has got a groove in it, and I'm not happy with any of that. So I think what I'm going to do is, in fact, looking at that one over there, I'd say they're slightly worn at the front. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to do something with these because it seems to be riding quite hard on them, and there's some flex there, and that's creating a wave. Yeah, I'm going to do that before I run this one and see if I can solve that problem. Anyway, there we go. Sawmill run. Biggest log I've ever had on the sawmill. I've got some more siding cut. So AJ, you should have known better really, but you know, he asked his questions. You know, wanted to know whether I made all the siding, the board and batten myself. Everything. I don't buy anything in. Everything that I build, I cut from the forest. That also includes, for those of you who've been around, everything that's inside the building. So when I renovated the kitchen upstairs, all the woodwork in everywhere, it all comes from the forest. The disadvantage I had in the beginning was I had to wait the year, 2 years to air dry everything, especially when it was outside in sheets. And this is going to change the world, because not only do the sheets leak, right, so then therefore the timber soaks up moisture and it should dry, but it also, as I'm sure I've explained, when you sheet a pile of wood over, it encapsulates it until mid-May. You can't get the sheets off because they're iced into the ground. So anyway, you live and learn with these things. Let me get to do some work on the blade and get that wave out of it. One of the benefits of having a machine room, I've always had machine rooms with machines, but the sawmill's always been stuck over there in that old shed, and everything's been separated and never anything together. So then we've got the sharpener, but I've got this blade wave, so of course I've gone into my tooling room in there and found everything I forgot I had. I'd obviously prepared. So I knew I had a new belt, right? I knew I had one of those. And there's all my extras from when it was new. But in here, I've got new blade running blocks. And with that comes new grub screws. And obviously I'd bought a bearing kit at some point because there's all the bearings. So, and I'm going to mess around because this is 3 years old now and done everything faultlessly. I'm going to replace the blocks and the bearings on the blade guides. That's the best way. I'm pretty sure the blocks are worn. And I was just going to turn around, but then of course it allows the back to me. But I've got a new set of blocks. So in here, top block, you can see that, but in there, oh, you can see they're worn. Where am I looking? There. I'm going to add these blocks out, check them for flatness, and if they're worn, and you can just see the bearing at the back there. It's got a groove in it where the blade's been running not too hard. I'm going to change that as well. I've got the blocks out. They don't look like much, but they're quite worn. And they shouldn't really be. Anyway, it looks like they're reversible. So I'm not going to put the new ones in, I'm just going to turn these ones round. But I don't think that's as big a problem as what's coming out of here. And this is having the blade set back to our, or just wear. So the shiny bit has actually got a groove in it, and you don't want that. So I'm sure I've got some new ones of these. Here, I obviously splashed out. I've actually got 4 new ones. I'm assuming this just, you got the 2 washers there, come off like that. That comes off of there like that. Put a new one on, and then put the 2 washers back on. Knee bearing. Slide that in, shiny side up. So I've got a new flat surface to be working with. Come on, all the way up. There we go. Right, just hold that in there for a minute. So I have to reset these once the blade's in. Slide that one in, dirty side down. We'll set those to the blades. We'll just hold that in there, and then I guess we'll do the same on this side by removing the bearing. If this one's worn, I can't imagine this one's not worn. Yeah, that's grooved as well. Okay, that won't be helping the cause. That nice new bearing on. Pop that back in place. So these bearings both run alright, but that's got 2 wear marks in it, and so's that. So that won't help the blade wave. Yeah, that one's warm funny, that is. Yeah, that seems to be worn at a funny angle, that. So these are naturally wearing parts. This is not a part that's failed. This is normal part of what's likely to need replacing as the machine moves on. Naturally wearing parts. You shouldn't be surprised about replacing bearings and wear blocks. That's what these are wear blocks. They naturally wear. Okay, let's put the blade back on, then we can adjust them. So, for all those that you like to have a laugh. Oh, you can't really do it like that. Yeah, you can. I could go and get some feeler gauges, can I? For what to. The cigarette paper's wet. So for those of you who don't smoke, don't worry, you'll live long enough to think of another way. Right? Have we got any blade wobble? Considerably reduced. Look at that. Well, that's going to stop the wave. That will. That's much better. Okay. New bearings. We'll turn the blocks around. Right, so we reverse use them. So in another 3 years, 4 years, we can put the replacement blocks in. There. We're all good. Done. Right, that took all of 12 minutes. So now what we can do is we can put even more stuff we don't want in that room that's not finished to make sure it's here in case we need it. and the shadow meets the end of the floor. That's really quick. That's how we've got to go. So by the time I've picked up a few tools and wandered over, right, that shadow is meeting that floor. That's it, quitting time. So there's what's left of the second largest log I've ever put on the sawmill. We can just push this all the way up here out the way. And I'll cut all those down, producing 4 boards each pass. Now I don't mind stacking them like this when they're 4 inches or greater. But when you do the fine stuff and it does this, snap the blade, guaranteed to snap the blade. But I'll do it with these because it won't snap the blade. Anyway, where did we get to? There. Why have I separated it with a pallet? Bad stuff, or not very good stuff, very nice stuff. You can see what's coming off of here. Perfect. Perfect for what I need. That's another one done. We're doing a lot of firsts, are we not? Well, I didn't get as far today as I thought I was going to. That goes for every day. Really? I'll never get quite as far as I think I'm going to. And I've never got quite as much time as I think I have. And I think that's getting less and less every day. Thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate it very much. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.